It's a good day for my family. I want to start by thanking Governor Hochul for your kind words. Sitting there listening to you talk about what I bring to the table and the desire to really want to care for people and to serve people. I know you get that. I know you do. I know you care. And it's just an honor to be able to stand here with you and do this work together. I'm excited to be a partner with you and build a better future for New York. It is also good to be with my family. The reason I'm here today, I have to acknowledge my base, my support, the folks who've been with me from the very beginning. And through all the twists and turns of life, you need that anchor. I have to first recognize my wife, my everything, Lacey, who has been the rock for me the moment I laid eyes on her. I'm going to stop there before I get emotional. Our boys, you've all met them already, I believe. Maxwell and Coltrane. My father, for talking to me about character every day growing up. My mother, who talked about the power of love every day growing up. My brother, my little brother, who I knew in my heart of hearts I needed to make sure I set the right mark and who would push me to be better every single day. His wife, Rachel, my sister, my beautiful niece, Melina, my mother-in-law, Peggy, for your sacrifice and your work, and to her partner, Michael. Thank you. I love you all. Let me also say a few words about the reports of the Supreme Court reportedly being prepared to turn back the clock on equality in America, on women's rights, and fundamentally on the very principles that anchor our democracy. I want to be clear about something. Make no mistake. In seeking to overturn nearly 50 years of precedent, the Supreme Court is at once reasserting a social order grounded in patriarchy and male dominance over a woman's body. It is reasserting an order linked to a time when a married woman did not have a separate and legal existence from her husband. These decisions are about power. And asserting control over a woman's body is about asserting power. And I don't know, I genuinely do not know how we square going backwards in this way with our commitment as a country to progress, to believing that we are all created equal. Clearly, the fight to live up to our values and ideals continues. And I am wholeheartedly in that fight. And New York, I'm not backing down. Now, as for today, which is a good day, it feels mighty good. I want to say that over the course of my time in Congress, there has been nothing, and I mean nothing, that I have loved more than connecting in a real way with the communities I represent in all 11 counties of my beautiful district. These relationships on the ground, built through genuine dialogue and mutual respect, have served as a source of my inspiration in the most challenging of days. And there have been some very challenging days. It is certainly true that the halls of Congress have instilled in me at times, and quite often, awed admiration and profound respect, and yet being home in New York, amongst the people I represent, is where I have undoubtedly felt most fulfilled and energized. Representing this region has blessed me with so many opportunities to meet folks where they are, to listen, and to find common ground. And at every single stop, be it a small business, a family farm, a community bank, a local hospital, a public school, or a town hall. And we did do about, I think, 67 in my first 3 years in Congress. This has always been the mission, to connect. And it is with these incredible experiences in mind that I simply cannot help but welcome with open arms the opportunity to connect with communities all across this amazing state. After 2 years of COVID, over 2 years, intense isolation, distance from one another, we need to reconnect and strengthen our collective bond as New Yorkers. We need to heal together and put humanity back into our interactions with one another. And I want to be a part of that healing process. I think I understand what that process needs. It needs love. It needs compassion. It needs responsibility. It needs accountability. It needs the capacity to care. And it needs the willingness to hope. New Yorkers deserve a lieutenant governor who's working day and night to make lives better for working people and their families. Upstate, downstate, it does not matter. We all want the same thing: security, family, opportunity. The key is to listen to New Yorkers from all walks of life and be their voice to get the job done. I've already begun work on infrastructure, economic development, and job creation in New York. I've led the way in making sure that local communities have economic development resources and, importantly, can decide what to do with economic development funds. I've worked on the nexus between agricultural development upstate and critical markets downstate. I will humbly continue to do this work and be very diligent as your Lieutenant Governor. As we embark on this journey together, I look forward to connecting with diverse communities all across New York. I look forward to building meaningful relationships, to tapping into the goodness of our collective power. Listen, I know it's been tough. It's a tough day. It really is. We've been through a lot. And it's easy to get dispirited. It is, and cynical. But I also know what we've overcome. And none of us have to do this alone. None of us. I also know it's important for us to remember that democracy is a moral endeavor. We have to believe in it. We have to have faith in democracy. At the heart of democracy is the recognition that there is equal dignity in each of us by virtue of our shared humanity. A humanity gifted to us all by a higher power. And this equality, and this is the beautiful part about this system, this equality is expressed through a concept: one person, one vote. The power to right the wrongs of our society ought to lie equally in all of us. And only when it does can our society be truly free and just. Democracy does not happen on its own. The people have to hold leaders accountable, and leaders have to want to be accountable. That is the work. We must do everything in our power to make sure that we keep democracy close to the will of the people. That's how we restore people's faith in the integrity of this system. I believe we can work together. I know it. We can grow together, and we can thrive together. And I just want to close by once again thanking Governor Hochul for her service to the state of New York, for giving me this opportunity. I truly appreciate it. And I am beyond excited. I am beyond excited to get out there and to connect with the people of New York. Thank you, and God bless.